Hello everyone, Anand back again. Today I have three words to express my understanding and my learning over the last more than 2 decades or so. This is really going to help students, professionals, I would say even all walks of life. It all how you see, you can put that into practice, or probably you are practicing already efficiently and effectively. Probably you can even just say, pat on the back that if you really are successful in practicing such aspects in life. Those three words you can actually connect with anything and everything in life. Essentially, I would like to address that as part of your professional success. And if you are a student, of course, for your career, your studies and career. What are those three words? Number one, inactiveness. Number two, reactive. Number three, proactive. The differences all of us know, but still I would like to just quote some examples or cite an example. Suppose you are working in an organization. Let's say let me take an example of an executive, right? You are working in an organization and you've been given task to perform every week or every month, depending upon your role that you play in the organization. And if you are, let's say, uh, inactive person, you are unable to accomplish any task that has been given to you and you don't perform. What happens is continuously you may be requiring a lot of reminders from your immediate supervisor or your team leader. What happens if you consistently receive reminders and you know uh, triggers or feedback week on week, month on month on the task that has been assigned to you but you have not performed? It clearly shows that somewhere something wrong with your working approach or working style or your skill set, which proved to be a sort of a person who is an underperformer. Who likes underperformer in any organization for that matter? Even in family, if you are underperformer in any of your duties and responsibilities, people don't really appreciate you, people don't really care about you. Then imagine an organization where you've been, you know, paid salaries and perks, but you are inactive. It is not just about the organization's success or growth, it is more about your personal success or your personal failure. It attributes everything to your own career, right? So the inactiveness is actually not at all good for uh, anyone in this planet Earth with respect to your career and work and things like that. The second part of the this endeavor is reactive. There are people who are hypersensitive and they sometimes react, even they sometimes overreact. They perform, they do their duty, but they express and show, react quite fast, aggressively. Though the job is done, though the immediate supervisor or your team leader is happy about your performance, but they're actually not very much happy because they always think that okay, this man or woman, they do it, but it comes with a package of lot of reactions or creating noise which affects the other person or the team or the organization emotionally. So if you're reactive for a situation, for a task given to you or for a role given to you, though you are a performer in terms of accomplishing the task, but you also come up with your reactions, reactiveness to the situation or the task given to you, which is again not really good for you. And it is not good for people around your organization, people who are working with you around. The third category, which is very important category and which is I would say kind of a superhero category, which is people who are really proactive in anything and everything they do. Proactive people are much sought after, whether it is an organization or society or everywhere. Some of the examples that I would like to quote here, it may be of probably you can appreciate that. Supposing you are a person who travel a lot, and let's say you are a salesperson, you travel a lot, meet people, meet clients everywhere, which means you have to be really, really proactive in your personal care in terms of your health, in terms of your organizing things. Like for example, you have to travel, let's say tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock is your flight, and your home is just, let's say, 1.5 hours or 2 hours away from airport. You have to go 1 hour before to the airport if it is a domestic travel, which means you need to really plan yourself to get up, let's say even maybe 1 o'clock or 12:30 or something like that. And many people, if they are really proactive, I have seen in my own personal experience, they actually prepare well ahead of time. They don't get up in the morning and start searching for their belt or their purse or their kits, whatever they have to carry. They prepare everything ahead of time, even previous day evening before they go to bed. Everything is properly packed and kept ready. There are people actually who are reactive sort of people. They'll say, okay, anyway, I'm used to this, so I'll do it just in 20 minutes time, 30 minutes time. Everything is there in my wardrobe. I can just pick up things, and there are people like that. Even if you look at some of the people who actually polish their shoes ahead of time, they keep their socks ready, everything intact. They book their call taxi, they schedule it ahead of time. So they are very, very meticulous and organized in such a way that there is no last minute or 11th hour crisis. If suppose something is delaying by somebody, when you get up in the morning, suppose maybe you got delayed by 15 minutes, you wake up 15 minutes delayed, everything will go for a task. If you could definitely, you would have seen when you hit your the railway station or airport or bus, there are people who are coming like 11th hour, 11th minute, and in security check-in, almost they are supposed to close, they just keep running, they shout, they just want to get in. Many people have missed the flights, missed the bus, many people have missed the train. Train is a very fascinating thing. When they start instantly. At least in a flight, at least you should know that you have to reach the airport 1 hour earlier. So that kind of delay is there. But train, you always think that okay, nobody's going to stop you, so you can just run and get into the on board even the last minute. That is how people plan and come, but due to whatever reasons during traffic or whatever, maybe you got delayed by 3 minutes, 5 minutes, the train would have already left. Many people have missed trains like that, all of us would have seen. So the proactiveness in anything and everything, including our health, recently also I heard that, one gentleman was saying, I was talking last week or so, was saying that, only when we are affected with some illness, we realize that health is important. It's almost like reactive to the situation. Whereas if when we are good and healthy and hale and healthy, when we start doing little bit exercise, we've been telling to many people, right? People who are very, very systematic in this approach, they tell everybody around. So why don't you do physical exercise and take care of yourself? So the proactive people are very, very meticulous, sincere, systematic. They love themselves, and they not only love themselves, they also don't want to create panic. They don't want to create adverse situations for people around them, family, organization, everywhere. Imagine if you are a salesperson, you have a target and you have 30 days to accomplish, but if you are able to accomplish those targets, in 3 weeks' time, instead of working till the last minute or the last day of the month to accomplish, if you're able to finish it even 3 days, 4 days ahead of time, you are a proactive person. You can actually pat on your back that you really are making it. So, ultimately, what I'm trying to convey here is proactiveness is really going to help us take us at a different pedestal altogether and position us and put us in the orbit where we will not have any competition whatsoever. I'm sure this is not new to anybody. This is very old, idea, but still, anything which is good can be repeated again and again for the good of many people, especially youngsters who are coming out of colleges and joining workplace, starting a career and get married and starting a family life. Obviously these things really help a lot. It brings a lot of peace. End of the day, the proactive people, one thing I've seen in my personal life also, proactive people have very less stress and they celebrate. In fact, I always say, when you are proactive, on that particular day, you don't have to really think of anything else because you already proactively thought through and then prepared yourself. So that particular time when the event happens, you are actually going to celebrate every situation because you are not stressed out on that particular given day and given time because everything you prepared ahead of time. So every minute, every day, you can actually celebrate life if you are proactive. If you are reactive, you may accomplish task, but I'm sure definitely you will not be happy to do that work, or rather people around you perhaps not happy to receive you. And if you're inactive, I don't have to say anything. Uh, the big failure for many people is because they are inactive. They don't take decision at the right time, they don't prepare at the right time, and they don't deliver things at the right time. So friends, I'm sure this is of some help to you in terms of kind of a refresher to check how far we are really proactive in our endeavors in life. Thank you very much for your patient listening, and if you like it, kindly share it with your friends and families. Take care and bye-bye.